god. Who's going on a lap? Let's have a look. I think it was, yeah, it is Sim that's gone on a lap. Finally something to commentate. Okay, now Shane's on an hour lap. Sully's retired. Let me just sort this out real quick. Brownwell's retired. Ideally it's Q1, so you don't even need to set a lap because there's 15 people. There we go. Okay, quite a few people are out now. Also going to quickly get up the Russia F1 track map so I actually know what the corners are. Excuse me. As Sim goes on his flying lap. Into turn 2 he goes. I didn't know that. The little kink to the right on the straight is a corner apparently. Counts as turn 1. Fair enough. As Sim invalidates on the final corner, he was on for a flying lap and he invalidated on the final corner. Alright, let's go on board with Shane now. As he goes on to the final corner, misses the apex a little, runs wide. It's a 132.0, so 132 flat for his first qualifying lap. Who else we got? We have yellow flags. Who span? I think F1ABEEZ had a moment. He's also invalidated his lap. Who else was that? Sim's invalidated again. F1ABEEZ's coming round the final sector. See what time he's going to pull out. Oh, I think he's just taking it cautious. F1ABEEZ sets a 141.1. And Raw sets a 137.7. Who's next? Walking Chaos. Newly signed by TTM. See what you can pull out the bag. And he gets a 131.1. No, not 1. 0. So he gets a 131 flat. For his first qualifying time, that's actually quite impressive. It's only Q1 as well, remember, so they don't even have to go full out. They just have to start a lap, really. We have yellow flags. People are retiring the pits. Oh, I got really bad throat. Dear God. I think FaZe is going to pit this lap. He's behind him. Raw's behind him. Raw will probably pit as well. Raw goes wide. Silent Phoenix retires from the session. As yet, FaZe comes into the pits. And so does Raw. And Chaos will do the same. Yes, he does, okay. TTM Weardy is out. He's invalidated. You're gonna come into the pits? Yes, he is. And he's gonna hit the bollard for good measure. And Raw's retired in the pits, understandably. Now we just sit here and do nothing for a while. And Sim's coming out again. And there's fireworks going off in the background. That is really annoying. Actually, I'm gonna open my curtain so I can see the fireworks in the distance. Oh, wow, fireworks. And back to commentating again. Alright, Sim's on his outlap. These headphones are really uncomfortable. And Sim just hit the wall. Did he get front wing damage from that? Can't see. No, somehow. Okay, so Jakob and Raz are still in the pits, and Sim is on his out lap. And Sim's coming back into the pits. Okay, so it doesn't really matter who came first and etc. But Walking Chaos comes first in Q1, with Shane in second and Raw in third. They are the top three in Q1. No one is out because there's not enough drivers. As now we are about to get underway into Q2. This is where we can actually some people fight for positions, etc. As Brown Wolf retires because he has a quali ban. Who's going to come out first? And it looks like it's going to be Sim who's going to come out first. There's also someone further up the pit lane. Who's that? One of the Alfa Romeos, I think. Raw, maybe? It is Raw. Oh, someone else has come out in front of him. Jakob. Oh, what's happened there? Jakob's DNF'd in qualifying. He span and he's DNF'd. Okay, I didn't even see that. Alright, so now Raw is going to go on for his lap, so we'll ride on board with him. It might be getting a bit of a slipstream, to be honest. Lewis the Beast is also coming on his hour lap now. And there's yellow flags. Yeah, it's just them slowing down. So Sim invalidated. How's Raw doing? Raw's got a 33 in Sector 2. As Raw comes round for the final few corners, what lap time is he going to be set? The first of the many to set a lap time in Q2. What's he going to set? And Raw sets a 133 flat. So, a decent lap time from Raw. Oh, he slows down. Right, so Sim is now on his lap. Anyone else? I think, yeah, Lewis the Beast is also on his lap. So we'll ride on board with Lewis. Doesn't take the normal qualifying line. Normally you hook at turn 3 a bit tighter than that, but fair enough. As now we approach the back straight. Runs a little bit wide, manages to keep it in the track limits though. So we now head into Sector 3. What was the Sector 2 time? It was a 1:30. It was a 33 seconds. My bad. He's actually caught up with Sim quite a bit on his lap time. What lap time is Lewis gonna set? As he sets a 1:32.1, which is the fastest overall at the moment, with Sim setting a 1:33.4. Who's next to come across? And that's TTM Weardy. Anyone actually on a lap? Yes, F1ABEEZ is. Let's see what F1ABEEZ's got to offer. As we head into Sector 3 now. TTM Weardy has also just started his flying lap, so we'll ride on board with him after this. This might be a good time for F1ABEEZ. What's he going to set out? As he goes the fastest, I was right, with a 1:38, with a 1:31.8. I keep getting the numbers mixed up. Right, let's ride on board with Weardy now as he goes onto the back straight. DRS open. Let's see what you can pull out of the bag. As the Alpine slows down to let Weardy past. Heading into Sector 3 now. What lap time is Weardy going to put out, and is he going to top the leaderboard at the moment? Now it comes to the final corner. What's he going to put? He gets a 132.5, which puts him at third provisionally. So, not a bad time from Riyadi there. Who else? Walking Chaos. The man who's been on a mission. And who's definitely been very quick from the time trial leaderboards. Let's see what he's got to put out. Like I said, in Q1, newly signed with TTM, a big esports team, so let's see what he can pull out. As he opens the DRS at the back, or as Martin Brun would like to say, the big letterbox. Can he top the leaderboard at the moment and go P1 provisionally? We have yellows all round, but this is just because cars are slowing down on their cooldown lap. Oh, as we are, no, not we are. Chaos gets a little bit squirmish on the exit of the corner there. What's he gonna set? As he goes fastest with a 131.7. That was also on mediums. I'm pretty sure everyone else set it on softs. Though a few people might have put it on mediums. Who else is on our lap? Raz is currently on a lap. Let's see what he's got to pull out. Raz, the tier 3 champion last season, promoted to tier 2 for this season. See what he can do. As Mac set a 131.5, which beats Chaos, and Mac now goes provisional pole for Q2. And Raz is slowing down. Everyone is coming into the pits, I'm pretty sure. Silent Phoenix is on their out lap, so is Sammy. And Sully has just started his lap, so we'll ride on board with him as he goes into turn 1. Now we go down this long straight, down into turn 2. Now we have the long left-hander of turn 3. Now we come up to turn 8, and now into turn 9. Now we're coming up to the back straight, DRS. Now DRS enabled. Chaos retires in the pit lane, rightfully so. Oh, as Sully goes a bit deep into that corner there, but he does set a purple middle sector. So even though he braked a bit deep, can Sully beat max time? Or put a good time up there? Someone there goes into the pits. See what Sully can pull out the bag. And Sully goes 7th fastest with a 133 flat. Sam is also on our lap. He didn't want me to spectate him, so I'm going to do it anyway. Gone through DRS now. Down the back straight into turn 13. Right, and Sam goes really deep into the corner there. Still keeps it in the track limits though. As long as he can keep it in the top 10, he will be in Q3. Now we come into turn 17. Sam runs wide. He still keeps it in the track limits, and he goes 10th fastest. He's gonna have to set another lap, ideally, I think. Yeah, he's gonna have to set another lap to stay in Q and go into Q3. Shane is on his out lap. As Mac retires in the pits. Nice set of corners there, but apart from that one, where he goes off as he goes into the DRS now. The long straight down into turn 13. Lewis goes off the track again there. Still manages to somehow keep it in track limits. Is he going to go into the pits? Yes, he is. Raz is also out on a lap. So is Sam. Will Sam go and try and set another lap? So far this lap is currently better than his original. Gonna go for it? Yes, he is. Let's see if he can try and beat it this time. Can he beat it? He can, but it's not enough. He sets a new fastest lap with a 1:34. Shane leaves. I'm pretty sure he disconnected again. I think Raw's back out as well now. Raz invalidates his lap. Sam's on another lap, desperately trying to stay out. I think he's actually in Q3 now though. Now that Shane has disconnected, I think Sam, by the skip of his tongue, has made it into Q3. So Sam getting very lucky here, I think. And Raz goes into the pits. Sam's just going to cross the line to make it easier for the pitting, which takes longer. And there we go, that is Q2 finished. Dominant performances by Chaos and Mac there. F1ABEEZ was also up there. So, the winner of Q2 was Mac, then Chaos, F1ABEEZ, Lewis the Beast, Weardy, Raw, Raz, Sully, Sim, and then Sammy in P10. And then the people who aren't joining us for Q3 are Shane, Silent Phoenix, Brown Wolf, and Jakob. So Q3 will definitely be very interesting. Right, and here we are into Q3. This is where we see the fastest drivers go the fastest possible. This is going to be a very close qualifying, I have a strange feeling for. I feel like quite a few people are going to be looking for that pole position. Quite a few of them coming out on a lap. This is going to be very, very interesting. Mac and Chaos. First and second in Q2 are the first ones out in Q3. A lot of people on that out lap. We have Chaos on an out lap, Raw on an out lap, Mac on an out lap, Sully, Weardy and Raz all on an out lap. And then Fozy. Oh no, just Lewis the Beast, Sim and Sammy are all opting to stay in the pits, which is a bizarre choice. I would have thought go out early to set a quick lap time. Right, let's ride on board with Mac for his qualifying lap. Now we come out the final corner. Here we go. Hog the curb on the inside into turn 1. Now we go down this long straight into turn 2. Gotta make sure to get a good exit out of this, which he does so. Avoid track limits on that curb. And now, yes, he's taken the right line, hug the curb on the inside of turn 3 into the sweeping right-hander in turn 4. Just be careful to not run wide there and just hug the curb. Turn 10, now on to the back straight, DRS open. For some reason this is come off again. Pain. Down, braking, late, deep. Into sector 3 now. This I find is the trickiest of all the sectors in my opinion. Lots of twisty tight turns that are a pain to get right. Here we go into turn 17, and on the final corner into turn 18, what lap time is Mac going to set? It is a 1:31.5 for Mac. Walking Chaos is right behind him. What lap time is he going to set? And he goes a second quicker, almost, with a 1:30.6. Very impressive from Walking Chaos there. The AlphaTauri driver. And look at this, Weardy is second now with a 1:31.4. So the two AlphaTauris at the moment are P1 and P2. Walking Chaos is currently on provisional pole. Still have 7 minutes remaining of the session. Sim and Sammy are all on the outlap. Lewis the Beast has invalidated his. These will all go on a cooldown lap now, I assume, and get new tyres and go again. As now Sim is on his lap, so we'll ride on board with Sim. It was a bit wide going into the entry of turn 3 there. Doesn't hug the curb as much as I thought he would. Sweeping right hander of turn 4. Everyone is coming into the pits now, like I said, for a new set of tyres to go again. So Sim and Sammy are both on a lap now. F1ABEEZ is also on a lap. And what time is Sim gonna set? And Sim sets a time of a 1:33.8. Here comes Sammy next. What time is Sammy gonna set? And Sammy goes 6th with a 1:32. Well, now he goes 7th with a 1:32.7. And F1ABEEZ, I didn't even realise, goes 2nd, splits the AlphaTauris apart, and has a 1:31.4. Walking chaos, though, with a massive margin on his provisional pole lap versus everyone else. As now we have the McLaren of Raz on an out lap. Lewis is going to come in, I presume, and get new tyres and go again for his final time. It's going to be very close. The gap, though, between first and second is ridiculous. 8/10 gap between Walking Chaos and F1ABEEZ. Could be a very close Q2. No, not Q2, Q3. I'm losing track of where I am. And F1ABEEZ is now on his out lap. Sam comes into the pits. Sim is also about to enter his garage. Raz slowing it down on the final couple of corners. And here we go then. On board with Raz. Let's see what he can do. Down in to turn 1. With DRS open into turn 2. Get a good exit. And now in the long left-hander of turn 3. Into turn 4. As now Raz approaches the back straight. Blitz, I think it's Alpha and a Williams battle. Possibly be. We'll see in the race. We'll also see in this final qualifying as people are starting to come out now. They're going to get ready to set their final lap. As Raz goes a bit deep there. Turn 16. Second to last corner. Can he beat his time? It's looking likely. Does, and he does with a 1:33 flat. He beat his time by 2 tenths. Fair play to him. Now we're going to go on board with F1ABEEZ. Let's see if he can beat his teammates or get P2 provisional. This will most likely, this I think will be F1ABEEZ's last chance as well. If he does not have time to go into the pit for softs and come back out again. So this is F1ABEEZ's last chance of Getting on the front row of the grid. Can he do it? We'll find out. Oh god, my throat keeps going every single time. Right, into the second to last corner now. Final corner, what lap time is he going to set? This is looking like a good one. And he does. He goes P2 at the moment, provisional, with a 131 flat, which is still 4/10 slower than his teammate, which just proves how much pace Chaos has. Lots of people out on their outlap now. Sam has opted to stay in. He's not going to try and beat his lap time. We have a yellow flag. This is Chaos getting out of the way, I presume, for the Alpine. I am correct. As F1ABEEZ goes, he's invalidated on that corner. And now, Mac on his lap. Can he get provisional pole? I know how much he wants this. Oh, he's gonna really hug the curbs on this long left-hander. Yellow flags where WeAreD is letting the Alfa Romeo past. What can Mac do? Gets good there, hits the apex right. Now we are approaching the back straight. What can Mac do? Oh, Mac runs wide and he invalidates. That is Mac qualifying over. Chaos is also on a lap. Let's see what he can do. Can he beat his time? He's already winning. He's already got provisional pole by 4/10. Can he beat it even more? He's using his toe. That is good strategy from the two AlphaTauri boys there. That will help Chaos surely a lot in keeping his provisional pole. Can he do it? What time is he going to set? As we go now into the final two corners with that toe, what is he going to produce? It's looking a really good lap time. And he goes even faster with a 130.3. That is, oh my god. Chaos, you are a madman. So now, Chaos has provisional pole, and that is it. That is it. That's Q3 over. So it is an AlphaTauri front row lockout. Wow. What a blistering lap from Chaos that was. That was ridiculous. So fair play to the two AlphaTauri boys, both signed by TTM as well. They're getting P1 and P2 in qualifying. We'll see how they do in the race. Chaos beats and gets provisional pole by 7/10. That is so dominant. But here we have it. So Chaos in P1, WeAreD in P2, F1ABEEZ in P3, Mac in P4, Sully in P5, Roar in P6, Sam in P7, Raz in P8, Sim in P9, and Fozzie in P10. What a Q3 that was. Remember, third is the best place to start. So a finished driver says. But you're not starting third, you're starting fourth. So now here we are for the race. This is going to be a very entertaining race. From qualifying, it just looks like Chaos is going to be very dominant, but we will see what happens. Let's see what happens. Some people might get a good slipstream from the start, considering it's a long straight. Like Mac, for example, starting in fourth, he might get a good slipstream and overtake some people if he gets a good start. Who else are we to look for? Maybe Weardy jumping his teammate off the line. We also got to look towards the back as well with Sam and everyone else. This could be a really good race, full of overtakes. And here we are now on the formation lap. What can two AlphaTauri boys do? Can they get the first 1-2 of the season for AlphaTauri? We will see. Here's Mac P4. There's the predicted pit stop strategy, just in case you didn't see it. Mac P4. Here's Sam in P7. Both Mercedes, P7 and P8. Both Alphas in P5 and P6. So not bad. We have Raz at the back, along with Brown Wolf. Let's see how these... I wonder how Brown Wolf is going to do at the back. I wonder how many people he might jump at the start. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Some people starting on the softs as well. For example, Lewis. And Sim is also starting on the softs. And Silent Phoenix, Brown Wolf. Let's put up this as well. Alright. And now, we enter the final turn to get ready to line up for the grid. It's going to be a very entertaining Russian Grand Prix to see what happened. Now here we go. This is okay. Here we go. And away we go. And random. I'm not even going to question that. But as Weardy gets the head start. Oh my God! Big collision at the back. Fozy and Sim both out of the race. Jakob squeezes through and threads the needle. What on earth happened there? That was a really big collision. Raw gets a 5-second time penalty with the collision with Chaos. Raw lets Chaos through. What on earth happened? That was a really big crash. Raz clipped that one. Jakob threaded the needle through the wreck. That was really weird. Raz is saying debris flew everywhere. Sam is saying his teammate is dead, which he's not. I can't even believe what just happened. That was insane though. That was a huge accident. I thought everything was fine. I didn't even realize what happened at the start. Jesus Christ, that was huge. See the position change. So we're not gonna worry about Shane because he's left and he's just his go. So these guys will overtake it eventually anyway. Chaos is down to third, so his teammate overtook him from the start. Max still in fourth. Will be third though eventually. Very, very weird. Apparently Sim was in the pause menu. So what a hectic start to the Russian Grand Prix that was. Already a safety car within the first lap. Good sign. So safety car should be coming in this lap, hopefully. Raw is the only one with a penalty with a 5-second for hitting Chaos and the safety car. And here we go then. So the safety car speeds off away. See what's gonna happen now. We have an AI controlling this, so we'll see what happens. I think we're away. And we are. So away we go for the safety car restart. What's gonna happen now? Go ahead and bomb with Brown Wolf, trying to make the move on Raw. Whoa! Brown Wolf hits Raw's rear tyre. I don't want another accident. Brown Wolf sends one down the inside. Oh, and almost loses it. as they both go on track, and Brown Wolf gets such a better exit and kind of barges his way past. Roy's not giving it up that easily though. Eventually Brown Wolf aggressively gets past and Roy yields. And now Lewis the Beast gets past. Roy slowly falling down the order a bit. Brown Wolf has made up 7 positions from the start, and I think he might be looking to make another one on Sully. Is he going to send one down the inside? No, he's not. He did think about it there. And now Raw and Silent Phoenix are having a battle. Raw not having a good race so far, slowly tumbling down the order with Raz behind him now. And here's Jakob. Sammy last. Chaos sets the fastest lap of the race so far. And now the two AlphaTauris having a bit of a scrap. Weardy overtakes Chaos for the lead. Getting very close as Brown Wolf overtakes Sully. Brown Wolf is on a charge at the moment as he goes deep into that corner though. Now look at this. The top 3 are kind of pulling away from the rest of the pack, as I said. The two AlphaTauris scrapping it away. We'll watch from Max POV. Will they get them on the main straight? No DRS at the moment. Lap. As walking Chaos. As Chaos takes the lead. Max lagging a bit. So the two AlphaTauris switching positions quite a bit. And Brown Wolf has immediately closed that gap. The gap was like 1.2 seconds. He's already closed it down to 5/10. So Brown Wolf could be in contention for 3rd in a minute. Brown Wolf keeps going off the track quite a bit though, as DRS is enabled. So we're going to have a big DRS train now. As Brown Wolf sets the fastest lap of the race now with a 1:35.1. Now we have a big DRS train. As Walking Chaos had a bit of a gap. As Weardy tries to close the gap. Brown Wolf getting closer and closer to Mac now. Brown Wolf is on a charge on those soft tyres. And this is also the closest battle on track. And Brown Wolf gets a purple sector 1. Very, very close battle at the moment. DRS train continues as they pull a gap from Sully, who's in 5th. Mac is on the back of the two AlphaTauris. The AlphaTauris just hoping to use DRS to pull each other along and create a gap to Mac and Brown Wolf. As now DRS is enabled again. We are going to be close enough. No, but he has to defend from Mac a bit. We are defending from Mac on lap 7. Brown Wolf very close behind them still on the charge with his soft tyres. Brown Wolf going wide a bit again. And they've already created a gap to Sully with a 2.2 second gap. And Chaos now almost is making a 1 second gap to Weardy. And now Mac is all the way on the back of Weardy. Weardy weaving like crazy to defend his position for his teammate. What is going to happen? Is Mac going to send one down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to be patient about it. Brown Wolf eager to get past as well behind him. Mac very, very eager to get past. Let's have a look further down. Let's see what's happening. Silent Phoenix in P7. These guys have got a little DRS train of their own here. Right, let's ride back on board with Mac. And Mac getting closer and closer to Weardy. Can he make the move? No. Weardy has to take the run off. It's going to cost Weardy. And can Mac get the overtake now on turn 3? No. We have a yellow sector flag. What's happened? Lewis the Beast is round. And down now into P10. Oh, and Raz now going down for the overtake. On the outside of Raw. This is a good battle so far. Are they going to keep it up? Yes, they are. And Raw gets it still. Raw defends his position. Is Raz might send one down, hit the inside now. Is he going to make it? No, but Raz for sure will have this on the DRS straight now. Raw's struggling a bit since the start. And now we have Lewis the Beast around again. Lewis the Beast obviously didn't let his tyres warm up enough. Now Raz with DRS gaining on Raw, but not enough to make the overtake. These guys have separated themselves a tiny bit from each other. Not enough to not be in DRS though. So the DRS train will continue, and look at the gap they've made now to Sully. 3.5 seconds. With Silent Phoenix will now have DRS on Sully. With DRS, this should be an overtake for Silent Phoenix. Moves across and gets the overtake. Silent Phoenix up into P5. As Lewis the Beast goes into the pits and retires in the pits. So obviously didn't have enough good enough time. Was annoyed that he span. Just had enough. Now Raz gaining on Raw again. Raz seems to gain a lot in these corners, but Raw manages to pull away a lot in the straights. Both on around the same ERS as well. Ooh, and Raz hits the bump there, the curb. Slowly closing in on Silent Phoenix here. Is he going to send one down the inside? Yes, he is. Is he going to get the overtake? Yes, he is. Gets ahead of Silent Phoenix. And now Sully back into P5. Raz, on the other hand, still couldn't use the DRS to overtake Raw. Now we'll move back onto the top 4. As Brown Wolf has drained his ERS. He's only got 1%. Meanwhile, Weardy on 79% there. Brown Wolf needs to start saving his ERS and not using it as much. That's the Raz one. Oh, and here we go. Oh, Raz went for the overtake. Raw defended it. Is Raz going to go down the inside on turn 3? The long left-hander. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. And he gets ahead of Raw on turn 3 on the long left-hander. Raw couldn't defend the position enough. So that is Raz now up into P8. Mac not far behind. Weardy again now. The top 4 struggling to overtake each other, but just keeping with each other as well. Brown Wolf locks up a bit. And Sammy in P10. He's still managing to score points, which is what he wanted. He wanted his first points of the season. And so far, at the moment, he is on for 1 point. Now here we go again for the DRS train. Biardi gets a way better exit coming out of that corner, but Brown Wolf, on the other hand, is right on the back of Mac. They've all got DRS, so it's really difficult to overtake each other. Meanwhile, Chaos comfortably sitting in P1, just taking control of the DRS train. And Biardi using the DRS from Chaos to keep it that way. Oh, and now we go side by side into turn 3. Raw went for the move and he gets the switch back. Can Raw stick it into turn 4? Yes, he can. But now Raz gets the switch back on him. What a battle this is. And I think Raz is going to keep this now into the back straight, where Raw might get him on the back straight now. What a battle that was. And now look at the gap between P4 and P5. They have definitely made a bigger gap with Sully, which is now 6 seconds almost. And now Raw gaining on Raz again, not enough to send it down the inside though. Oh, and Raw gets 3-second time penalty, he hits the bumps there. And now Sammy is also gaining on Raw, so maybe Sam will join in the action soon. And Brown Wolf now, being on the soft tyres, pits. What's he going to pit for? He's going to pit for the medium tyre. Now Sully and Silent Phoenix and everyone else will move up a position. Brown Wolf exits the pits. Max still very close behind Biardi now. Not got the pressure of anyone behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about Brown Wolf pestering him behind him. Chaos still sitting in P1. Two AlphaTauris definitely doing good. Keeping it on track for a 1-2, seeing if they can do it. Here we have Raw still on the back of Raz, desperately trying to get ahead. They've made a gap now to Sammy, which is 2 seconds. Raw really wants to get past Raz and into P7 again. Raz runs a little bit wide. I can't even speak now. Still not enough to get past. Let's see what the gap to the leader is. The Silent Phoenix gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. So the gap to the leader is, well, from Raw it's 20 seconds. So that is a pit stop. And Silent Phoenix pits. Silent Phoenix pits. Most likely for the mediums. Am I correct? Yes, I am. The Silent Phoenix pits for the mediums. So does Raz. Raz will be pitting as well for the mediums too. So everyone going onto those medium tyres who were on soft. The top 3 still staying where they are. They've closed the gap now. Well, they've made a bigger gap even to Sully of 9 seconds. Top 3 definitely have the most pace out of anyone in this race so far. Oh, and they're coming up to lap someone, which will be Shane and his Ghost. Man gets very close at the end of that DRS straight, but it's just not enough. I'll switch back to the interval. So now the field is just very spread out, except these guys. Can Matt get a good exit and try and fight for P2? No, Weardy gets a better exit again. Uses his ERS. And now I think maybe Weardy might have a go on Chaos here. No, he's going to stay behind. He could have gone for that, but he switched out to the inside just to let go of the slipstream a bit. These two definitely working together as a good team. As Weardy goes a bit wide there. Brown Wolf almost within a second now of Raw. Go on board with him. Brown Wolf had an excellent start, made up like 7 positions. Has the fastest lap of the race, I'm pretty sure. Then he pitted for his softs. Oh, and that's an Mac, not Mac, Weardy. He does not have DRS. So Mac could now go for an overtake on the main straight because Walking Chaos has pulled away. This is not good for Weardy. Chaos has too much pace. Is Mac gonna overtake him on the straight? He has enough DRS. ERS even. Oh, and Brown Wolf barges his way past Raw. We only just got a glimpse of that. And here they go now. Weardy weaving like crazy, trying to break the slipstream. And Mac gets past. Chaos got too far ahead. And now Mac has split the 2 AlphaTauris up. Mac into P2. Weardy into P3. Chaos still just making a gap now. Silent Phoenix sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:34.4. Sammy currently in P8, Raz in P10 at the moment. I haven't even been reading the chat yet. Literally think I can pull a last to first. Well, you're currently in P5. And you have medium. Maybe. I mean, the top 3 look very, very dominant. Who you think will win? I think either... I think Chaos will win or Mac. I mean, it's kind of ironic considering they're P1 and P2, but these two are the most paced. Weardy did a very good job, though, defending Mac. And now, is this Weardy's chance? Yes, Weardy is heading into the pits. And now Mac is on his own with Chaos. And Chaos weaves like crazy down the back straight. He's going to have no DRS. Does he have ERS? He does. But Mac is going to go for the overtake. Chaos is still weaving like crazy. Is he going to send one down the inside Mac? No, he's not. So now, Weardy on the softs. What is Sully going to pit for? Sully also pits for the softs. So some of these medium runners are now pitting for the softs to make them last the distance, and that'll be it. And now we have Mac and Chaos battling it out for P1 and Jakob up into P3, but look at the gap. 17 seconds between Jakob and Mac. DRS enabled for Mac. I don't think he's going to try and go for it. I think he might pit soon. He might even pit this lap. I think they might both pit this lap, to be fair. And I think maybe Weardy has tried to undercut them by pitting first. But no, they don't pit. I would have thought they would have pitted then. And now Chaos again, weaving like crazy to get out of Max slipstream. Can Mac get the overtake now with ERS? It's a long straight. He's not going to make it again. He doesn't use his ERS early enough. Pokemon Jakob enters the pits with Brown Wolf now overtaking him. Brown Wolf up into P3. And Weardy also overtaking him. Chaos and Mac at the moment are just in a world of their own. Just a 21-second gap between Mac and Brown Wolf. These two have definitely got serious pace in this race, especially Chaos. He's been P1 the entire time, except from the start. He's just been so dominant. Now, again, on the back straight, can Mac overtake him? And I don't think so. He's not close enough this time. Might have a try again on the main straight though. Unless these two decide to pit at some point. And Weardy is actually closing in on Brown Wolf. And Weardy sets a purple sector 2 as Chaos pits. Chaos does pit. So maybe Chaos is trying to undercut Mac now. And the bigger question is Chaos going to come out ahead of his teammate or not? Because at the moment, Brown Wolf is kind of defending that from happening as Chaos pits onto the softs. And Weardy sets the fastest lap of the race with 1:33.8. And Weardy overtakes Chaos. And Weardy overtakes Brown Wolf for P2. So technically, Weardy has undercut Chaos. And at the moment, 20-second gap between Mac and Weardy. Weardy has closed that gap. So maybe if Mac, I don't know. I think Weardy might undercut them all here. I think Weardy might have done like a 2000 IQ strategy here. But he also just set another purple sector 1. Brown Wolf, he's not gonna have DRS. Where's Matt gonna go? Is he gonna go to the pits? This is what we want to know. Is he going to go into the pits? Yes, he is. And this will mean, I'm pretty sure that Weardy goes very slow into the pits there. This might mean that Weardy might take the lead, and because he might have undercut them all. I wonder if Brown Wolf will come in now as well. Brown Wolf does not. Max on his way out. This is going to be very close actually. But Weardy sets another fastest lap. He's about to and he's overtaken. They've both undercut him. So Mac leaving it a bit late has cost him, and now he's behind both AlphaTauris again and down into P4. But when Brown Wolf pits, it will be P3. Mac also has now a 4.5 second gap that he has to close. With Chaos right on the back of Brown Wolf now. This is set for an AlphaTauri 1-2 at the moment. This might go from an AlphaTauri front row. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Front row lockout in qualifying to a 1-2 in the race, which would be amazing. As Raz gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. And look at this, Chaos is right on the back of Brown Wolf. Chaos is going to get DRS and uses DRS, and that's going to be an easy overtake for Chaos. And there you have it. The two AlphaTauris back in P1 and P2. They undercut Mac both, and the strategy worked perfectly. Mac has closed the gap though. Onto Brown Wolf anyway. I wonder when Brown Wolf is going to pit though. at this rate, Mac is going to catch him, and Brownwolf goes off again. Brownwolf keeps going off a lot, and there you go. There he gets a penalty for it, which might cost him in the race. Yesterday in Tier 1 we saw quite a few people getting costed by their penalties, as Chaos sets the new fastest lap of the race with the 1:33. I couldn't quite see the rest of it. Brownwolf with DRS trying to fight back on Chaos. And now Chaos is right on the back of Weardy again, so here they are, both AlphaTauris probably going to work together again, drag each other along with DRS. How is everyone else doing? So Sam is in P9. He's overtook Raw somewhere, and Raw might be looking for the move on Sam with DRS. Not going to use his DRS though. Maybe he doesn't think he needs to. Is he going to send one down the inside? He's looking close, and he does. He goes for the dive bomb. Ooh, bit aggressive actually. Is Sam going to get past? Sam should be allowed past for that one, considering Raw broke the board and everything for that. Okay. Bit aggressive from Raw. I think, does Raw let him pass? Yes, he does. Okay, that's good sportsmanship. Raw letting him pass there. Maybe it was a bit too aggressive. Now, Weardy, and look at the gap they've made to Brownwolf now. 1.5 seconds. These two are just on fire today. Their pace is unmatched, I have a feeling. Walking Chaos gets another fastest lap, a 1:33.1. Another fastest lap, as Raw is now gaining on Sam again. Is he going to send it down the inside and do a dive bomb like he did last time? No, he's going to be more patient about it. And Sam is going to hold off to P9 for now. Now Weardy is getting closer and closer to the back of Chaos. I wonder if they might have a switch or something maybe. Or maybe it's just gloves off at this point. We will soon find out. Now Raw with DRS and ERS enabled. Is he going to go for the overtake on Sam? Is he going to go for a dive bomb again? No, he's too far back. Sam holding off P9. Raw's definitely sticking with Sam though. And now Mac, I've only just realised, is on the back of Brownwolf. Mac has definitely gained a lot. But even if he does overtake Brownwolf, which is probably going to happen, he's still going to have to try and catch up to the AlphaTauris. Can he do it? Can he overtake Brownwolf on this lap? With ERS and DRS, this should be an easy move for him. And he's going to make it. Puts back into the racing line. And yeah, that's a simple move for Mac. Mac is now back into P3. As Raw is very close again to the back of Sam. Is he going to try and go for it on the main straight again? Raw keeps going really deep into these corners though, which is costing him quite a bit. Let's see. Can Raw goes wide again? That's going to cost him. Pokemon Jakob is currently in P7. Sully P6. Oh, and this is different. Brownwolf has DRS and using all of his ERS on Mac to try and gain the position again. Is he going to send it? No, he's not. And I didn't even realise, but these two swapped around. So Chaos is back in the lead with Weardy back in P2. These two just definitely having the pace this race. Look how far they've got. They're on the main straight, just entering lap 24. And Raw and Raz are only just on the back straight. Not Raz, Sam. Well, Raz as well. And here we go now. Raw going for the overtake on Sam with ERS and DRS. What the hell happened there? He could have gone for the overtake. He like backed out a little bit through though. That was a bit different. Okay. Now Brown Wolf, like far behind Mac again. Mac isn't closing that gap either that much. Brown Wolf's tyres must be a bit degraded as well, especially since he pitted very, very early. Now we are already falling back from chaos again. These two are a great team though. And here, has it happened? Yes it has. Raw finally got past Sam. Can Sam get past Raw again? Is the real question. We've actually only had one DNF this entire race, and it actually wasn't from a collision either. Actually no, that's a lie. What am I even on about? We've only had one big crash and that was it. I was expecting more incidents than this, so I'm impressed. And if Sam can keep with Raw has, how many penalties does Raw have? We're about to find out. So Raw has 3 seconds worth of penalties, so does Raz. Brown Wolf has 3 seconds, Silent Phoenix has 6, Sully has 3. So these penalties are quite small as well, to be fair. Yeah, Brown Wolf is on 11 lap mediums. Riardi's on 7 lap softs. Raz gets another 3-second time penalty for track limits. Sam goes wide a bit. Raz is on 9 lap mediums, I didn't even realise. Silent Phoenix is on 10 lap mediums. So Mac is on the newest tyres out of everyone. So, and he is closing the gap actually. Everyone's on 1 stop as well, so this might be very close. The problem though is that Mac does not have DRS, and Sam gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Sam's not even that far off Raw again. And they're both, I'm pretty sure they're both gaining on Razzie as well, so this might become a 3-way fight at the back and at the front. As Raw gets 3-second time penalty for track limits. Go on board with Sam here. As Sam now has DRS. That gap between Mac and Wiardi is still staying the same with a 2.8. In fact, it's getting higher. They're making the gap bigger. Although the gap to Raw and Raz has closed, it was 3 seconds, it's now 2.7, so that Raw is gaining 3/10 every lap. Will that be enough to overtake? I don't think so. Let's see though. So Sam now with DRS and DERS, if he just uses his DRS a little bit more, he might be able to get the overtake on Raw. But he's not. He's just getting a slipstream. He's going to cut back into the racing line. Riardi and Chaos basically just in a world of their own at the moment, looking for the AlphaTauri 1-2, and it's looking very, very likely. You can see Mack in the distance there. Not much happening now. But we do have only 2 laps left. Oh, and Sam is getting very close to Raw now. Oh, Sam goes wide again. It's that corner where Sam goes wide. Sam can get this position though. If he just stays within this time. Actually, how many penalties does Raw have again? Raw has 6, and Sam has 3. So as long as Sam stays within 3 seconds and doesn't go off track as much, he will get P9 and get 2 points. And so that's all Sam wanted this weekend. All he wanted was points, and at the moment he's on track to get that. Although he is going for the move, he's going for the overtake. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. He sends one down the inside. It's a bit aggressive. Couldn't brake in time, and Raw gets through. Sam doesn't need to be as aggressive as I think he is being. Especially since of how many penalties Raw has. And now Weardy and Chaos about to head on to the final lap of the race. They've made the gap even. Oh no, Sam! Oh no! You got 3 seconds for Sam for track limits. Could have been P9. But it's not looking likely now unless he overtakes. Oh, and what's this? And Weardy's now looking for the move on Chaos on the final lap of the race. Could this be really interesting for the 2 AlphaTauri drivers? Could it be a switch in their 1-2 plan? With Sam and Raw still really close to each other, and it's not even about penalties. He's going to win now. It's just all about position. So Sam really needs to use his ERS and DRS on the main straight to overtake. Sam barely has any ERS. Sam needs a good exit. Oh, Raw! Oh my God, yes. Raw gets a 3. Oh wait, I shouldn't be really favoritism. Raw gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. This is good for Sam. Sam's going to go for the overtake anyway. Is he going to get it? Is he going to send it down the inside? Yes, he is. And he gets it. Raw tries to defend a bit, though. Raw goes off track. Goes through the runoff. Sam's leaving him enough room to go down the inside. This is very close. They're going side by side down into turn 3. And Raw gets ahead, but Sam's going to go for it anyway. Sam goes off track a bit, and so does Raw. As now we have Chaos and Weardy into the final corner as Chaos wins the Russian Grand Prix for Tier 2. Weardy comes home in second. That is an AlphaTauri 1-2. That is great for them. Mack in P3, Brown Wolf in P4, and then it will be Silent Phoenix in a couple seconds time in P5. What a race for the 2 AlphaTauri guys. But now the action is not over there. Sam still wants this position. He's got a tiny little bit of ERS left, and he's still got DRS. He's going to try and go for the overtake. He just needs to get a little bit closer. And he's not going to do it, but he's got... Oh my God, that's a bit close. But Sam doesn't really need to push because Raw has 3 more seconds penalty. So he should be fine either way. It's still a race either way though, and Sam really wants this position. Raw is zigzagging. He thinks he knows he's got P9. Oh, Sam, don't go off. And there you go. And Sam gets P9, and Raw finishes P10. What a race that was! Ah, God, what an intense race that was. Great job for the 2 AlphaTauri boys. Both TTM Weardy and TTM Chaos. Superb drive from both of them. Then we have Mack in P3. That was great from him. He moved up 1 position from the start, but he just couldn't keep up with the 2 dominant performance from the AlphaTauri. So fair play to everyone. So there you go, Walking Chaos wins the race, and he gets fastest lap to add it off. What a race that was. We had carnage at the start to a 1-2 for AlphaTauri, and a very close battle between Raw and Sam at the end. What a race that was. And don't forget, we've still got Tier 3 tomorrow and Tier 4 on Monday. So we've got still more action-packed racing at Russia on F1ABEEZ. What a race though, that was insane. So that is all from